Yeah,
Thanks.
Kumar and Nishanth here.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, we are working in a product I think most of these are in a service company. So, from a product point of view, and currently, I mean, basically, our product is an airline reservation system, and in the current COVID situation, the most impacted area is the
Yes.
travel domain, and
Absolutely.
so in most of for almost for all the major airlines, there all the flights are grounded. So in this situation, so basically our product is around. We have been working on this product from the last 16 years.
Wow.
So so the thing is and it's a mission critical product as well, because the reservation system is the main backbone of airline in terms of booking as well as the airport operations, like
Just
check-in,
curious, is
boarding.
it AS400 mainframe? What is it on?
No, it's iFlyers, and it's a new generation storage system built in Java.
Oh,
It's
awesome.
not a
Okay.
mainframe. Yeah,
Okay.
most of the airline systems are in, as you said, most of the airline systems are in mainframe, and our product is in is a Java product.
Okay.
So what happens is since it is a mission critical product, we used to get many issues on a daily basis on then priority issues would be there, or second priority issues, uh, and we always used to have a tendency to address only the high priority issues, and the other set of issues based on the priority, it will be there in our queue, or it will be there in the Jira forum. So now this is a this I now what we are thinking, like this is a right time to clear our workbench, so that when they back to normal, they would be customer would be at least happy for their issues. I mean, they would see like all of their issues, existing issues, have cleared from the IT provider side, so that they can. It will be a new beginning from their side as well, from an IT system point of view. So this is a high priority green zone item that we are currently planning to clear the all the existing issues reported by the customer, because now the inflow is very less, and we can say it's zero, because there is no operations at all. So it's the right time to. This is one thing from an issue point of view, and similarly, as I
Mm.
said, it's a product. We have n number of green zone things there, to clear the technical debt, as well as to clear the refactoring kind of things, to
Uh,
make the agility or to improve the product development momentum. So many activities or many items are already identified as green zone in those product development perspective as well.
oh, you already had identified that.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you give an example of one component, which was, without getting into the specifics, is like, was it in scheduling or something which was very important? I mean, as personally, right? You wanted this thing to be tackled, but the pressure was so much that you could never get around. Was there something like that which you personally wanted to be done? You're happy to see that you get a chance to work, get the team to work on that.
Yeah, one thing is as I said, I am working in the API module, and basically our product is a monolithic application. So our change is mostly in the API side. Even though the change is only in the API, all time we have to take the entire application build, to test our part.
Okay.
So what we are thinking is, just by taking some changes, we can at least decouple our part, and so that we would get the benefit of having a build of our component alone, so that we
Ah,
have that much productive gain from a long-term perspective. Because in a product, what all innovations, what all minute changes that we are doing or we are contributing is a great value, because the product age is that much, right? Because
correct.
it's the same product. Unlike service or the service project, this is completely different, because when you do something, even a small change or a or even when we see from a development perspective, it might be a simple change, but it's kind of a fixed deposit in bank. Like it has.
Ah, you have recurring, because you have
Yeah,
multiple customers, multiple instances.
correct. Correct.
It's kind of interesting, right? So if we look at the Excel which I was showing Bharti, this was for one project, right? Now let's say that there are 10 instances of that. That $1,600 will actually become $16,000
Yes.
because it's
Correct.
product, right? Because you have 10
Yes.
instances of the same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's kind of interesting. So the exponential value that you can actually get is also higher. But interestingly, one tip, I do not know the level of maturity your product is in. One team which I was talking to, they are using this chance to make a good catalog of API. This is a classical problem. When you're doing custom applications, there is no one good repository where developers can say these are the APIs which exist and these are the inputs and these are the outputs, kind of a thing. That's always a struggle which is there. I think Karthik, you are working in integration, right? You might also be facing this challenge. What are the endpoints? What's the input, output, like that?
Yeah, Kumaran, that is obviously there for always a middleware guy, right? So we end up in somehow people would have changed their data type or some field names are the representation of the request, and they will say, "Oh, it is not possible in our end. It will take some longer time. So do it in the middleware side." So obviously that is there, but what we do is like normally if, even if the upstream or downstream application is not able to present their what do you call the input or sample input or input structure, we used to say the WSDL and all, right? WSDL or JSON sample
Yeah.
JSON message. So what we do is like we will prepare it for them, and we will give it to them. This is how we assumed it, and we are coding. We are going to code it. Probably we will do a service visualization at our end, and then we will start doing the unit testing. Make it as an change request if at all anything needs to be changed if they cannot do it. So something
Oh,
like that we do it. Yeah,
okay.
we
So,
implement the
uh,
service visualization. Yep.
okay. So I guess I was talking about a directory of APIs available. See, this is the endpoint and this is the use of that,
Oh, okay. So
which the developers can go and look up.
yes, that is the recent dojo I have submitted also.
Okay.
What we do is like we will prepare that interface catalog, right? The API catalog. That is a manual process that will be there as a Excel sheet right now. It is a Google sheet, and we are circulating within all the SMEs and the lead architects. So when they are preparing the
Isn't
catalog,
just to add a question here
yeah,
for cataloging of this API, isn't Swagger the standard these days? Everybody means whoever I speak to, they says, "Oh, we document all APIs in Swagger." Isn't that the standard?
no, if it is a lightweight web services, normally we go for a Swagger file. If it is coming from a mobile platform or a e-commerce platform, we'll go for a Swagger file. If it is a heavyweight, for example, customer registration sort of thing, when you are doing a online purchase, or when you are doing a online banking account enablement, right? That time we will be going for a heavyweight protocol. Once you logged in, what will happen is like your online ID password, if you are logged in, we need to pull all your bank accounts with the basically the balance, right? The what do you call the intraday balance, we will pull it. So that time if you look at the payload will be very huge, and JSON may not be a right place for it. So we'll go for a SOAP service. So when we go for a SOAP service, obviously Visual would be the right platform. SOAP 1.1 or 1.2 will go for it. If it is a lightweight protocol, for example, to show once you logged in, will be showing a static page sort of thing, right? So that time and all, we'll be going for a Swagger file. For a mobile application and all, will be surely will go for a JSON and REST services.
Okay.
Coming back to Kumaran's question, right? Kumaran, the catalog, the API catalog. Right now, we have a numerous products available in the market.
Mm.
APG,
Yeah.
even WebMethods is coming up with a API portal and API gateway. So we are building that. We have submitted that to the customer, and POC is successfully completed. Unfortunately, the COVID has come and everything is stopped. Otherwise, like we would have started that implementation by this time. We have submitted the interface, infrastructure requirements and all
Okay.
the cost related to it. Everything is approved. By the time budget approval, we are going for it. This COVID comes and everything is stopped. Only the business critical changes are going. Nothing else. No new budget. Everything is stopped. So probably once it is settled down, we'll be kickstarting.
See, one of the, again, kind of, I'm just giving some possibility here, right? Not a solution. It is, if you can kind of identify the time that is spent to identify an API and the cost associated with that,
Yep.
that could be another way of trying to push it. And I guess I was actually asking Nishan, so when you said APIs, right? How do
Yeah.
you I mean, I'm sure 16 years means you'll have what, hundreds
Yes,
of
yes, yeah.
APIs,
That's what
right?
I was about to talk about. That like the
Yeah.
discussion are going around that. Like we have basically we have around 200 plus APIs,
Wow. Okay.
and from when at least from the beginning itself, actually we started building APIs and in multiple flavors as well as for multiple business use cases. So from in our case also initially we the as every company starts, we started the documentation as a manual documentation. That whenever we create an API or change an API, we will go and manually update the respective document. So what happened is like that process. It's obvious that people is not at all interested on documenting something.
Correct.
Especially developers, they always just develop something and just go to just jump into another task.
Right.
So they always skip
Yeah.
in documenting things. But from a product as and from a, if you really think from a consumer or a customer point of view, the document is the first thing they are referring to
Correct.
understand the standard of a product. And
Oh,
we
okay.
yeah,
And when you
correct.
say customer, it is the actual, the IT department there, when they're
Yeah,
evaluating the quality of your
yeah,
product.
yeah, correct. IT
That's a very
department means,
interesting insight. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
IT
Okay.
department means there might be in some cases we would be providing the front facing the booking the website which is integrated
Ah,
with the API.
okay. Okay.
In
Okay.
some case, third parties will develop their website, so
Correct.
they would refer our document. So
Mm.
what we have done is like we just automated the API documentation as I don't know who said that the SOAP API. So what we are referring the WSTL, those kind of technical, by referring the source artifacts, we would automatically generate the document. And there also the problem was like that document generation, we have to manually click a button to generate the
Okay.
document.
Okay.
So recently what I did is like that was a like a disturbance for me. Like when I was doing something, I would get a request from the team like we need the latest document. So again, I have to take that tool and just need to click the button to generate the document. So
Okay.
what I did is like by considering that disturbance to me, just I added that as a backlog. And in the last month sprint, what I it is like just integrate that process with the application build itself.
Very
So
nice. Uh,
when we have the Jenkins build or application build, and if there is any API change which requires for a documentation, like the request field change or response change or any additional error codes, then that case it will automatically trigger a documentation, and document will be generated in a shared location.
nice. Okay. So you're pretty matured in that.
Yeah, yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Okay. Thanks all for joining. See you next fortnight. Hopefully, it was a time worth spent with.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks all. Thanks for your
Thank
inputs.
you.